It's no secret that Hollywood has supposedly been all about women empowerment lately. The only problem is that modern day Hollywood's idea of women empowerment is basically taking every female character and turning them into a flat-chested, pancake butt lesbo. You would think that if Hollywood really wanted to empower women, they would actually try to do a good job writing female characters. They would give them an interesting background. They would give them something cool and awesome to do. But no, instead, what they do is they basically turn every woman character into an insufferable, dry twat with no personality that exists basically to crap all over men and to stand in the corner with scowls on their face like Wolverine all day. I mean, the MCU's version of Captain Marvel, Brie Larson, is basically a perfect example of this. But you know, when Disney got the rights to X-Men, when we got the news that they were going to be making X-Men movies, when we got the news that they were going to be making a new X-Men 97 cartoon, I thought that this would be the perfect opportunity for Marvel to finally put their money where their mouth is. I thought that this would be a perfect opportunity for Disney to put their money where their mouth is. Here you have a superhero team of diverse characters. The diversity is already there. You already have these strong women within the team that all of us comic book fans absolutely adore. Us comic book nerds, us pop culture people, we have always loved Jean Grey. We have always loved Storm. We've always loved Rogue. Us younger folks, we have a special place in our heart for Jubilee. We have never had a problem with strong female characters. However, we do have a problem with modern day Hollywood's reimagining of these characters. Because what they do is they come in and in the name of women empowerment, they strip away every single feminine quality from these characters until you're left with a freaking plank. You're left with a stiff board with no personality, no daintiness, no feminine qualities, no strength, nothing. Just basically, they turn these strong female characters into like weak, moody, low testosterone dudes. That's basically what a modern day strong woman character is in Hollywood. A weak, low testosterone dude. But how can we be surprised when you have a bunch of weird, soey SJWs writing these characters? So instead of actually empowering women, what they do is they come into these franchises like the X-Men, who have historically been about strong women. They come in, they act like they're the first ones ever to portray these characters as women with strength and women with courage and, you know, women who have something going for them. They come in and they basically strip every feminine quality from these characters and they pretend like that's empowering. Like it's empowering to women to basically take the womanhood out of these women characters and to turn them into dry, gray blobs. That's basically what they do. And unfortunately, X-Men 97 is going to be no different. The X-Men animated series could be a straight, easy layup for Disney. Here you have a cartoon that has a huge fan base. Here you have a comic book, a property in the X-Men that has a huge fan base. It already has the diversity and the strong women already cooked within the story. You don't even have to change anything up for modern day audiences to inject more women and more people of color. It's all here, yet it's still not good enough. It's still not good enough. They have to come in. They have to tweak it. They have to ruin it. And in these modern day reimagining of strong women characters, the first thing they do is they come in and they remove the curves. You know, women have curves. One of the ways that we differentiate women from men is curves. If you look at a silhouette of a woman and you look at a silhouette of a man, there's a difference there that you can see without noticing the actual distinct features. You can notice the difference in body types, the curves. There's nothing to be ashamed about when it comes to women having curves. There's nothing wrong with women having breasts. There's nothing wrong with women having butts. There's nothing wrong with women having hips. Most women have wider hips than men. Most women have bigger butts than men. Most women have bigger breasts than men. I have big breasts too, but hey, we're not on that conversation today. But this is like, I don't know. They view it as dangerous because the reality is the people who are pushing this modern day women empowerment movement, they absolutely hate women. The people pushing this are a bunch of dudes who want to be women, so they despise women because they can never be a real woman. And the rest of the people pushing this nonsense is a bunch of women who actually want to be dudes. Most of them were born kind of ugly, so they resent women who actually have breasts, butts, hips, and curves. So they want to come in and turn them all into dry pieces of paper. They want to turn all of these women characters into the same dry character. And it's so absolutely sickening. Look at Rogue from the original X-Men series. That thing is fatter than a swamp possum with the mumps. Now look at modern day Rogue in X-Men 97. Oh, sorry, that's Plank from Ed, Edd and Eddy here. Look at modern day, let's try this again. Look at modern day Rogue from X-Men 97. Do you spot the difference? Why are these people so intimidated by what a woman's body looks like? Why are these people so intimidated when they see a strong, attractive woman? They're supposed to be about women empowerment. You're supposed to be all about, supporting women's bodies and things of that nature. Yet here you are, literally trying to erase any curve or any sign that this woman was actually a woman. You want her to be a straight up slender man so you can blur the lines between genders, because that's what these people are all about. So if you thought for 1 second that you were going to get, a cool Rogue or Jean Grey or Storm in the X-Men 97 series, no. They're going to go out of their way to ruin those characters in the name of women empowerment, because in reality, they despise women. But let's go ahead and see what the lead character designer of X-Men 97 has to say about these changes. Lead character designer Amelia Vidal says that she took advantage of the revival to bring in a full variety of body diversity. For example, if we take Jean, Rogue, Storm, and Jubilee, they all have different body proportions, heights, age, physical builds, and posture attitudes. The X-Men are so different from each other, celebrating those differences makes each character unique and special. So they're acting like this is a great thing that they've done. They're acting like that we as the audience could never tell the difference between Rogue, Storm, Jean Grey. They've always looked different. They've always had different heights, different ages. Their bodies have been different. Yeah, they all look attractive, but what's wrong with that? As a fat dude, when I pick up a Spider-Man comic book, I don't want Spider-Man to look like me. I want Spider-Man to be built, athletic. I want him to be flexible. I don't want him to be a fat dude hanging from webs that snap as he travels skyscraper to skyscraper. So as a woman, I can't put myself in their shoes, but do you really want to pick up a comic book and read a bunch of stale women characters that are all looking the same? None of them have curves. None of them have the distinguishable features of a woman. Is that what you want? No. Audiences have been responding to this in a negative way since they started pushing this nonsense. For the most part, when women show up to the Marvel movies at the movie theater, they're not there to see insufferable assholes like Captain Marvel. No, they're there to see people like Chris Hemsworth with his shirt off. Okay? This has been working for years. This is what has always worked. But these modern day woke SJW weirdos, they can't stand it. They can't stand that there's actually strong, powerful female characters that existed before their little BS movements. They want to think that they are the creator of all. They want to think like they're the first people, like they're some type of gods that introduced strong female characters to the world, as if we haven't had strong female characters forever. So what they've done is they've come into X-Men 97, they got rid of all the curves, they went ahead and they went with the Mohawk look for Storm. I've seen a lot of people have problems with that. Listen, Storm has had a lot of looks throughout the comics, throughout the cartoons. Sometimes she has a Mohawk. Is it my favorite look? No, but it's definitely a look that Storm has had before. Now, as far as her walking around in dress suits and stuff like that, Storm often handles business for the X-Mansion for Charles Xavier. So Storm sometimes goes to the United Nations. Sometimes Storm is handling court cases and things like that. So yes, we do see Storm dress up professionally from time to time. So I don't know what they've done with Storm in this show. Obviously, we know why they went with the Mohawk look. They gotta go with the least attractive look as possible. We know that. So I'm not surprised by that choice. But it's not the first time that we've seen Storm look like this. Now, will they keep her in a business suit half the time? That's something we'll have to find out. We know they've massacred Rogue, but also Jean Grey is pregnant. Now, I don't know what it is about modern day Hollywood, but recently they've really been pushing this strong pregnant woman in superhero comic books type of stuff. I don't know how many of you all watched Into the Spider-Verse, but one of the main characters in that movie is literally a black pregnant woman Spider-Man. Yeah, something that we absolutely do not need. Something that no one asked for. Something that no one is interested in. A black pregnant woman Spider-Man. Yet she was all throughout that movie fighting supervillains while pregnant. All of that nonsense. And I think the reason why they're pushing this in Hollywood right now is because they really want pregnant women to fight against Russia on the front lines of World War III. Like, they really want pregnant women to start getting out here and joining the military, fighting our battles and doing what have you. So they're really starting to push pregnant superheroes in comics. So we're going to have a pregnant Jean Grey doing Lord knows what. And it just shows you that this is not about women empowerment at all. What's more powerful? Like what's the most powerful thing any human can do? Create another human. I think it's powerful that women are able to carry children within them for 9 months and then they push those kids out. That's the most powerful thing a human being can do. But instead of acknowledging that, instead of realizing how powerful women actually are, you don't have to turn a woman into a man for them to be powerful. You don't have to take a woman character and give them all manly traits for them to be powerful. Women and men are powerful in different ways. So instead of embracing the power that's really there, that natural power that's there when a woman's pregnant, instead of embracing that, instead of seeing the beauty in that, they feel the need to show the world that pregnant women can fight crime. Pregnant women need to get out here and ride motorcycles and fight Magneto and all of this other stuff. And it just goes to show that they absolutely hate women. They despise women. They hate everything that, being a woman is about. And even the most unique and powerful thing a woman can do, they still don't understand it. That's not powerful and unique enough. If anything, they view that as a weakness. and it's really sad. And I'm sure we'll talk about this more in the future, but for now, let me know your thoughts about all of this down in the comments below. While you're down there, if you're feeling generous, you can donate to the channel via Super Thanks or via Cash App, or you can support the channel for free by liking, subscribing, and all of that good stuff. But with that being said, I'll talk to you all very soon in the next one.